bookish friends, welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. It is day 3 of Bookmas, and we're going to be talking about 10 queer releases that are coming out in 2023 that I'm excited for. They have covers, they have descriptions, I'll tell you the release dates, but mostly it's going to be a common theme a bunch during Bookmas. You'll be staring at my computer screen. I'm really excited for these. I can't wait, and hopefully I don't have a favorite. I kind of do, I don't. I'll tell you when we get there, when you're staring at the screen at the end, which one is my favorite, but I'm excited for all these releases, and I'm sure there's some I'm gonna miss, but I'm just gonna focus on 10 that have release dates and descriptions and covers. So after this, mostly you'll be staring at my computer screen. Are the 10 queer book releases in 2023, and I'm gonna do an extra one. So The Marble Queen, it's a graphic novel, which I'm really excited about. Princess Amelia's kingdom, Marian, is in shambles after months of the trade routes being ravaged by pirates, and now only seemingly option left for her is to save it through a marriage alliance. When she gets extradited offer from a royal family of Iliad, a country surrounded by mystery, Amelia accepts without question and leaves her home to begin a new life. But then she lands on Iliad's shores to find out her betrothal isn't the country's prince, but recently coronated queen, Celeria. Shocked, Amelia tries to make sense of her situation, her confused heart. Celia has awakening strange new feelings inside her, but something dark hides behind the queen's sorrowful eyes. Amelia must fight the demons of her own anxiety disorder before she can tackle her wives, all while war looms on the horizon. And it comes out September 12th, 2023. Okay, that's actually not so close in the first of the year, but at least it's there. Then we have The Fiancé Farce. I love the cover. I'm not a big fan of pink. I'm getting used to it again, but I love the cover. So it says, Tansy Adams' greatest love is her family's bookstore passed down from her late father. But when it comes to an actual romance, Tansy can't get past the first chapter. Tired of her stepfamily's questions about her love life, Tansy invites Gemma, a fake girlfriend inspired by the stunning cover model on a bestseller book. They never actually met. What's the harm in a little fib? And when real-life Gemma crosses Tansy's path, her white lie nearly implodes. Gemma von Dalen is a wild child, the outcast of her wealthy family, and now the latest heiress to Van Dalen Publishing, but the title comes with one tiny condition: she must be married in order to inherit. When Gemma discovers a beautiful stranger has been pretending to date her for months, she decides to take the charade one step further and announces their engagement. Gemma needs a wife. To meet the terms of her grandfather's will, Tansy needs to save money to save her struggling bookstore. A marriage could be mutually beneficial if they can fool everyone into thinking it's a love match. Unexpected sparks fly as Tansy and Gemma play the role of the affectionate fiancés, and suddenly the lines between the convenient arrangement and the real feelings begin to blur. But the scheming Van Dalen family won't give up the company without a fight, and Gemma and Tansy's newfound happiness might get in the fallout. I need to take a break. My voice is hurting. Witch and the Vampire by Francesca Flores. Flores. Ava and Kay used to be best friends until one night 2 years ago, a vampire broke through the magical barrier protecting their town and ensuring an attack. Kai's mother was killed, and Ava was turned into a vampire. Since then, Ava has been trapped in her house. Her mother, Eugenia, needs her. Ava still has her witch powers, and Eugene must take them in order to hide that she's a vampire as well. Desperate to escape her confinement and stop her mother's plan to destroy the town, Ava must break out, flee the forest, and seek the help from the vampires who live there. When there is another attack, she sees her opportunity and escapes. Kay, now at the end of her training as a flame witch, is ready to
fulfill her duty of killing any vampires that threatens the town, including Ava. On the night that Ava escapes, Kay follows her and convinces her to travel together in the forest. While secretly planning to turn her in, Ava agrees, hoping to rekindle their own old friendship and the romantic feelings she started to have for Kay before that terrible night. But with the monstrous trees that devour humans whole, vampires who attack from above, and Ava's stepfather tracking her, the woods are full of danger. As they travel deeper into the forest, Kay questions everyone she thought she knew. The two are each other's greatest threat, also their only hope, if they want to make it through the forest unscattered. And it's a Rapunzel retelling as well. This one I just saw and I had to add the list. It's not the extra one, but I needed to add this. So Gwen and Art are not in love. It's in retelling and I love it. I think it's from King Arthur. It says it's been hundreds of years since King Arthur's reign. My brain. His descendant Arthur, future lord and general Gadabout, has been betrothed to Gwendoline, the quick-witted, short-tempered princess of England since birth. The only thing they can agree on is that they despise each other. They are forced to spend the summer together at Camelot in the run of up to their nuptials. Within 24 hours, Gwen discovers Arthur kissing a boy, and Arthur has gone digging for Gwen's childhood diary, found the confession about her crush on the kingdom's only knight, Bridget. Realizing they might make better allies than enemies, they make a reluctant pact to cover for each other. And as things heat up, the annual royal tournament, Gwen is swept off her feet by her knight, and Arthur takes an interest in Gwen's royal brother, Lex Cruncher. Oh, maybe I'm wrong about that, but yes, this sounds so good, and the cover, all these covers are really amazing. So we have Going Bi-Coastal. In that, my freaking brain. Delilah Adler's Going Bi-Coastal, there's more than one path to happily ever after. Natalia Fox has 24 hours to make the biggest choice of her life. Stay home in New York City for the summer with her dad, and finally screws up the courage to talk to the girl she's been crushing on, or spend it with her basically estranged mom in LA. Knowing is the best chance she has to fix their relationship if she wants to. Does she want to? How is a girl supposed to choose? She can't, so both summers play out in alternating timelines, one in which Natalia explores the city, tries to repair things with her mom, works on figuring out her future, and goes for the girl she's always wanted, and one in which where Natalia explores the city, tries repairing things with her mom, works on her future, and goes for the guy she never saw coming. I did not know it had dual timelines. This sounds really good. Alright, I'm gonna go get a drink of water. So this one is Scissorville by Carlin Grindelwald. For aspiring cinematographer Luna Ruth, coming out as bisexual at 24 is proving more difficult than she anticipated. Sure, her best friend and fellow queer Romney is thrilled for her, but she has no interest in coming out to her backwards parents. She wouldn't know how to flirt with a girl if one fell at her feet. And she has no history to build off of, not to mention she needs to focus her energy on escaping an emotionally abusive, but that's Hollywood talent manager boss, and actually get working under a real director of photography anyway. When she meets 28-year-old A-list actress Valerie Sullivan around the office, Luna thinks she's found her solution. She'll use Valerie's interest in her cinematography to get a PA job on set of Valerie's directorial directorial debut. And if Valerie is as gay as Luna suspects, she happens to be Luna's... I'm going to skip that because I don't want to be restricted too well. That just adds bonus. So, enlisting Rami's help, Luna starts juggling the act of her life, impressing Valeria's... my brain is so bad with names today. DP to get another job after this one. Get as close to Valerie as possible and help Rami with her own careers. But when Valerie begins to resuscitate romantic interest in Luna, the act begins to crumble, straining her relationship with Rami and leaving her job prospects precarious. Now Luna has to figure out if she can fulfill her dreams as a filmmaker, keeping her best friend, get the girl, or if she's destined to end up on the cutting room floor. So, Olympic Enemies, oh, I forgot to tell you the release dates. They are coming out in 2023. This one comes out in February. Forced to share a room at Paris 2024 Olympic Games, Oliver and Lucas are less than happy after 5 years of fighting. The team needs them to learn to work together if they stand any chance of medaling. To make matters worse, Lucas, the king of lone wolves, has absolutely no desire to become best friends with the three musketeers who make up the rest of the male British gymnast team. So when the press becomes intrusive towards Lucas and Oliver finally steps in to defend him, things are looking up until the sliver of common ground truly demonstrates how thin the line between love and hate can be. However, when their fighting turns to kiss and their kissing turns into headlines, every new possible and the utmost heartbreaking for the pair. It isn't just gold on the line, it's their hearts. Alright, I'm going to take another break. Always the Almost. Edward Underhill comes out February 14th, 2023. 16-year-old trans boy Miles Jacobson has two New Year's resolutions. One, win back his ex-boyfriend and the star of the football team, Shane. And two, finally beat his slimy arch nemesis at the Midwest biggest classical piano competition. But that's not going to be easy. For one thing, Shane broke up with Miles 2 weeks ago after Miles came out as trans, and now Shane's stubbornly ignoring him even when they literally bump into each other. Plus, Miles' new slightly terrifying piano teacher keeps telling him that he's playing like he doesn't know who he is, whatever that means. Then Miles meets the new bad boy in town, Eric Menden. I'm just going to say Eric. A proudly queer cartoonist from Seattle who asks his pronouns, cares about art as much as he does, and makes his stomach flutter. Not what he needs to be focusing on right now, but after Eric and Miles pretend to date so they can score and invite to couples only Valentine's Day party, the ruse turns real with a kiss, which is almost definitely not in the plan. If only Miles could figure out why Eric likes him. After all, it's not like he's cool or confident or comfortable in his own skin. He's not even good enough at piano to get his fellow competitors to respect him, especially now as Miles, nothing has ever been easy. As for other people, other boys, he's only ever been almost enough. So why, when he's with Eric, does it feel like he's the only person he's ever really not been enough for is himself? Spellbound by Ophelia Silk. Jane Paris is everything a woman should be, polite, charming, and obedient, with a glowing reputation and a good man and all, but begging for her hand in marriage. If she has any doubts about her role in life, they're easy to push down, but when she takes a fatal shortcut through the woods, her idyllic life is threatened by an attack from fabled beasts who stalk the trees. Fortunately, she's rescued by the equally fabled witch who lives there. Unfortunately, the attack left injuries that only the witch can heal. Jane is forced to stay with her until she recovers. That poses a problem because the witch Adeline Thompson is everything that Jane is not. blunt, abrasive, and unapologetic. But there is more to the woman, the fabled woman of the woods, than meets the eye, and the harsh exterior believes a gentle kindness. As they grow close, Jane's attracted to both magic, and the witch gets harder to ignore. But can a life with Adeline, alone and cut off from society, truly fulfill her? Or will she be forced to compromise on her happiness, no matter her choice? Wild and Wonderful by Anita Kelly. When Alexei finally comes out to his conservative community, it does not go well. That's how he ended up on the rugged Pacific Coast Trail, hoping he could find out a new life plan in the thousands of miles it takes to walk the film's hike. He's prepared for rattlesnakes, blisters, and months of solitude. What he's not prepared for is the ray of sunshine named Ben. Charismatic, outgoing, Ben's personality is infectious, is a stark opposite to Alexei's quiet, reserved demeanor. No matter how determined Alexei is to hike the trail alone, it seems he and Ben can't avoid being drawn to each other through the snow crossing and close calls with coyotes. Alexei inches closer to letting Ben in as Alexei learns of Ben's loving family and supportive friends. He begins to get a taste of what found family and belonging truly feel like. But just as Alexei starts to let down his defenses, a sudden change of plans reawakes his fears, and he must discover if he has the courage to face something even scarier than the trails less traveled. Letting Himself Fall comes out March 7th. Ander and Sante Were Here comes out April 4th. So finally, finding home, falling in love, fighting to belong. The Santos Vistas neighborhood of San Antonio, Texas is all Ander has ever known. The smell of pan dulce, I'm so gonna butcher this, dulce, the mixture of Spanish and English filling the streets, and especially their job at their family's, I want to say restaurant. It's a place that has inspired Anders as a muralist, and as they get ready to leave for art school, it's all things that give them hesitancy, that gives them the thought, are they ready to leave it all behind? To keep Ander from becoming complacent during their gap year, their family fires them so they can transition from restaurant life to focusing on their murals and preparing for college. That is until they meet Santiago Garcia. The hot new waiter. Falling for each other becomes as natural as breathing through Santi's eyes. Ander starts to understand who they are and want to be as an artist, and Ander becomes Santi's first step towards making Santos Vista and the United States feel like home.
That is it for day 3 of Bookmas. Please down below tell me which queer book release you're looking forward to with these 10. If there's any that I haven't seen yet, please let me know. I'll definitely check them out on Goodreads. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in day 4 of Bookmas. Bye for now.